this is Gengift here with the final episode of Ymir. Where to start? So, well, the game is over. The League of the Blue Mountains has won. Why is their rank 0 now with, like, no victory points? Whatever. So, League of the Blue Mountains, which we are in, has won. Yeah, my recordings... So, just some comments overall on the game. Well, after played through it again, well, the game is a good concept. There is one glaring problem with it, and there's a couple of issues that make it rather difficult to record, as some people have noticed that towards the end of the recordings, like, there's more time between recordings. Because of the nature of the game, and that it's a game you have to log into a lot, if it's subject to the whims of time and how much time you have available, which makes it rather hard to record consistently with this game with any real degree. Because, like, if I were to, say, record a Civilization game, I record, well, actually, let's use Ultimate Admirals, because no one watches it. Maybe some of you will actually watch it after watching this, now that I've mentioned the Ultimate Admirals game. Because, with those games, I can record 10 to 20 episodes in one day and process them all and have them all ready to go, and then go back to it to record a bunch of extra episodes when I've got more time again, like, say, another week or so. So I can do that. With this, you can't do that. It's a good game, but the way it works isn't really conducive to recording consistently. Because when I first started this, I had a lot of time, and then we did a family trip down to... Well, there were a few family trips. Then I had work out of town, so I had to go down to the Atlanta, Georgia area and visit my grandmother there. Then we went camping with my dad for a week, although I was only there for about 3 days because of work. And that becomes the problem with this. Yeah, you can start recording this with the best of intentions, but because it's like an everyday thing, and you have to do a little bit every day, there are times I couldn't, because I was busy, couldn't come in every day, and couldn't record every day, or record for very long. All I would be able to come in and do is pop in, check the market, then leave. And that's not really worth a recording. So, yeah, the way this game works... It just isn't very conducive to recording, and the recording schedule can be very easily interrupted when you have to go to town for something, and life just gets in the way of a game like this for a recording. So that is why the recordings kind of were a bit crap, and how they kind of... There was more and more time between episodes at the end. And also, now going back to the game itself... I guess we're still talking about the game itself and the way that it works, but the end game is a bit crap. Other games, like, you end on an achievement. You play Factorio, you launch the rocket. You play a military simulation game, you take over the world or something. Ymir just kind of... The midpoint is the high point of the game, and then it just kind of ends with a meh. Because the end game just isn't particularly well developed yet. So it just kind of slowly goes down and peters out and goes, bleh. And that is also an issue with this game so far, is that the end game... The early game is fun. Mid game is pretty fun, too. About midway through Bronze, it's just kind of meh. And then players stop playing, and then you run out of trade partners, so the economy tanks because you can't sell anything, and you end up with situations like here where I actually don't have that much fish. Did I solve that problem? Because for a while I was logging in and seeing thousands of fish. And I resorted to actually Tauron there is fed by fish, and Crusaris here is fed by fish. So it was kind of annoying in that regard. And so by about the mid-game, the economy just starts to tank because people stop playing and the markets collapse. And when the markets collapse, then the economies collapse and you have no money, and it just slows down. That's if you're even lucky to survive getting barter. So yeah, it's just I'm gonna leave the game alone again for a while until the next few updates are done. But it's just the end game, late mid game and end game. It doesn't end on a high; it ends on a low, and that's a problem. Other than that, I love the concept. I love the work the guy's putting into this, because like this is a very good idea. And it's just like it just slowly dies, and it ends on a meh, a great big meh, and that's unfortunate. And so yeah, there were not as many recordings, and it's actually been a while since I've even taken screenshots of the ends of some of my cities. And Isengard, I like the theme for this one, the bulging eyes and like ocular discomfort in Isengard. I just found that entertaining. I don't know if anyone else noticed that even, but yeah, this isn't the city that I'm gonna take screenshots of and have a really big story about. It was just kind of like, yeah, I did it. I don't know. It needs a better end game and needs a way to keep people playing, because currently there just isn't. It slowly dies an inglorious death of crappiness. And that's what the problem is so far. So yeah, on that note, I really do want to see how this game develops, and as such, there's going to be another gap. Letting a couple of updates go through to see what happens, but I'm not going to be immediately recording this again in the short term, because it's just it just ends in a meh. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope the guy keeps working on it, and get a server that doesn't just kind of slowly die off and peter out. See you later. Hello, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon and all that wonderful fun stuff, because subscribing to YouTube is no longer enough. Hit all the things. Hit the like button. Like the comments. Comment multiple times. And don't forget to share. But subscribe and hit the bell. See you next time. Bye.
I think our tank exploded. Whee! There it goes.
The plane or our tank?
Well, there's a tank flying through the sky.